Maybe you know more details about that, and I would love to know the difference in how you can actually see into Monero and why Epic may be different than that. Did not hear about this Japanese people being arrested from Monero transactions. I recall in the past some exchanges that were holding different currencies that had been, seized by the government. It was showing, okay, we seized this much Bitcoin, this much Litecoin, Monero unknown. And what I understood was that the government couldn't tell how much Monero they were holding and that it actually was private. So maybe you know more details about that, and I would love to know the difference in how you can actually see into Monero and why Epic may be different than that.
So I would actually be skeptical of them claiming that they don't know how much Monero was seized, because if you run the wallet software and you have the private keys, then you know how many coins you have. So they have something called ring signatures, and so when you send a transaction, you and currently 15 other people, the rings are 16, all jointly sign a transaction. And so there's this idea of plausible deniability, that it may have been 15 other people that signed your transaction, rather than it being identifiably you. But if you drill down within that, and there's a great series on YouTube called Breaking Monero that gets into the various ways that you can de-anonymize it. If you don't use it perfectly with very specific knowledge about how to not leave trails and leave traces, then you essentially compromise your own privacy. And so now the Canadian government has all of the transaction history of Monero users on that exchange. Well, when they feed that to the chain surveillance companies, primarily Chainalysis, CipherTrace, and Elliptic, I think are the top three ones. Now they can cross-reference that with the information they have. A lot of chain surveillance companies actually run nodes, and they can say, okay, well, out of the ring of 15, these 3 can be eliminated, and then another hop back. These 4, we now know who those are, and so you go from an X% probability to a Y% probability of being able to pinpoint you.